What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Horsepower Obsessed. Today we are going to do a full 1-year review on the C7 Corvette ZR1. Alright guys, you know how this channel is. We can't just start off a review video without a cold start. So the car hasn't been driven in about 2 weeks, believe it or not, because the C8's been getting a lot of attention. With that said, let's go ahead and give this one a cold start. Still loving that AWE on the C7 Corvette. And before we really get started on the video, guys, I wanted to just give you a little visual indication there. 8,501 miles on the car. I just wanted to let you guys know this thing has been driven, it has been experienced, and we're going to talk about it. All right, guys, so as you can see behind me, that is the Corvette sitting there. And as you guys may or may not know, if you're familiar with the channel, I actually got this in July of 2019. So as of July 2020, it's been a year. So I'm actually a little past a year, about a year and 2 months into it. The car has 8,500 miles on it, a new set of tires since I first bought the car, and a slew of little accessories and upgrades that I have put on. I'll try to link some of that stuff down below, but we're going to talk about all of it in a little bit anyway, to tell you what I love about the car, what could be better, and how this car has held up over the last 8,500 miles. So first we'll go ahead and talk about the tires, because as you guys know, these particular ZR1s come with the Sport Cup 2 tires, and they are fantastic when it comes to not losing traction. But where they're not really fantastic is the tread wear. So if you guys aren't familiar with the Sport Cup 2s, you can kind of see these are basically brand new, and there is almost no tread on them to begin with. Once you drive the car for about 7,000 to 8,000 miles, you need new tires. These front ones wore out on the inside first, indicating to me that I need an alignment on the car, which is typical for pretty much all of the C7 Corvettes. But it kind of hurts whenever you realize how expensive these things are. So for 4 tires for this car, it was almost $2,000. Now I'm going to have to do that pretty much once every 7,000 miles. That's kind of a tough pill to swallow. Now, these Sport Cup 2s do come on other Corvette C7s other than the ZR1. The Z06 with the Z07 package also gets these tires. So those guys are going to have the same kind of problem. They're not going to last very long. But they do have some insanely good grip. So this car, as you may or may not know, has 755 horsepower, and those tires literally take that 755 and put it to the ground. So depending on what you're really looking for, it might be worth your while to spend the extra money to get the Sport Cup 2s, because they really do handle the power pretty well, while also maintaining the street legal thing. So yes, you can go with drag radials that are going to get even better grip than these, but those are technically not street legal. So this is kind of a compromise. It's the best of both worlds. Now, moving on from that, the big thing that most people are going to want to know about after 8,000 miles is the interior. So if we open this up and wait for the dinging to stop, you can see that there is really no wear in here. So again, if you guys are familiar with the channel, you'll know this is a 3ZR ZR1, meaning it has the Napa leather, all the carbon fiber amenities, and all that good stuff. So if we look at the seats, there's really no wear. There's no wear on the center console lid, where a lot of people get some real stretchy looking leather right there from their elbows. Nothing like that for me. The carbon fiber's held up real nice. The Alcantara's in very, very good shape. I'm actually very surprised. I'm not a big fan of Alcantara because of how easily it can get dirty, but after 8,400 miles, the Alcantara on the wheel, the shift knob, and the seats, and even the ceiling in the car, it's all in very, very good shape. So nothing to report on there. Now, the carbon fiber has all stayed very nice. I actually have this ceramic coated thanks to blackout tinting in Latrobe. It looks very awesome still, and it's held up. There's no delaminating or scratching or anything crazy going on there. As you guys can see, the interior is basically brand new looking after 8,400 miles. So as with pretty much everything with the automotive world, it all comes down to how you take care of this stuff. And as you guys know, I'm kind of a fanatic with this kind of stuff, or I don't know, you may even want to call me obsessed. Other than being dirty, the kick plate down here to get into the car is also in very good shape. It has been expelled from blackout tinting again though, just to ensure that it stays in good shape, because accidents do happen, especially on the passenger side. People seem to like to drag their feet over this, and now it will be protected for as long as I have the car. Now, obviously my ZR1 here is the ZTK version of the ZR1, which means you get the bigger wing, the Sport Cup 2 tires, a stiffer suspension, as well as the front end caps here on the front lip, which basically means it is a better track car than the base ZR1. All of this while maintaining the removable roof. So guys, if you want the removable roof, you still have the option on the ZR1. From here to here, the roof comes off and can be stowed in the trunk, just like any other C7 Corvette, which is fantastic. You get 755 horsepower and you still have that ability to maintain that removable roof. Now, as far as the carbon fiber on the exterior of the car, it is all held up very well. So the giant ZTK wing, yeah, no problems with delamination or really anything here. I mean, the thing looks exactly the same as it did on the day I purchased the car. So all good stuff there. The side skirts are all carbon fiber and all of the same kind of comments there. No delaminating, no scratching, no pitting, nothing. The side vents here, all good. And as you guys may remember, I actually had the driver's side one replaced recently because of some pitting that was there from the day I bought it. It wasn't anything that happened because of use or anything, but this one, again, has held up perfectly since I got it put on. So the side skirts, the vents, the spoiler, and even this gigantic front lip with the side canards, all holding up very well. Now, naturally, I'm not going around scraping this off of concrete or anything stupid like that, so it is gonna hold up pretty well, but I just wanted to report on the fact that nothing is going wrong with this outside of the normal wear and abuse that would cause issues with carbon fiber. Now, just to check a couple things off the list real quick, the car has 8,402 miles on it now, and there has been no mechanical issues, no paint issues, no wear issues, absolutely nothing negative to speak of, other than that carbon fiber piece that we had replaced, and that wasn't really a wear issue. Like I said, that was actually a factory defect, which I'll put a picture of this in here right now so you guys who didn't see that video will know what I'm talking about. So like I said, guys, the car has been really good. So 8,400 miles on the ZR1 have been 8,400 problem-free miles. So the tires needed replaced relatively early, if you ask me. I had about 7,200 miles on the car and the front tires were shot. The rear tires had a little bit of life left and we sent those off in fashion. But anyway, like I said, the car's been very good. Literally no problems to speak of other than that one piece of carbon fiber. So if you guys are in the market for a ZR1, I would highly recommend it. There has been no issues here. For those of you who don't know, I actually had a C7 Z06 before this car, and I had no problems with that one either. So I didn't expect anything to pop up with the ZR1, but I like giving you guys these updates. Just so you know, the quality is still there. The quality might even be a hair higher with the ZR1, as it should be, because the cost is higher. As you can tell by the mileage, I drive the car very often. I drive it very spiritedly, which is probably why the tires didn't last so long. I have not had any problems with overheating, no problems with anything leaking, nothing. So the car has been absolutely solid, zero issues to speak of, but at the same time, it did cost $130,000, so it should be pretty good. But that's not always the case. Price doesn't always determine quality. But anyway, with all that stuff said, guys, let's dive into what I've changed on the car, what I've modded on the car, and so you guys can kind of get an idea of what you might want for yours if you go down this same kind of route. Now, the big one that all you guys should know of is, of course, the blacked out Chevy bow tie badge. So inside the Corvette emblem, this bow tie right here is typically gold, the typical Chevy gold color. I actually am selling these in conjunction with blackout tinting in Latrobe, Pennsylvania to cover this up. So it's just a black piece of vinyl that literally makes that thing look a billion times better. So if you guys are interested in one of those, shoot me an email, horse.power.obsessed@gmail.com. You will get one for the front and also one to cover up the rear gold bow tie as well. But moving on, obviously I have the AWE exhaust system, which in my opinion sounds absolutely fantastic. It takes the stock sound system and puts it on steroids. Next, we have the ACS diffuser fins. So these fins right here at the bottom of the diffuser from ACS Composite. A lot of the parts I have on this car are from ACS Composite, but these literally finish off the rear bumper in a way that almost looks factory. I also have the custom painted ZR1 badges from RPI Designs. They literally take the badge and paint the blue parts red and left the black parts black. So it fits my car perfectly because of the red calipers, and it was exactly what I wanted from RPI Designs. Now, while we're back here talking about RPI Designs, they also sent me the taillight covers that help black everything out and give me that real dark, menacing look. ACS Composite also provides the blacked out rear reflectors that sit underneath the tail lights, as well as the side marker lights here. Both in the rear and the front are blacked out to give you that stealthy look. Again, from ACS Composite, we have the front XL rock guards, which, as you can see, provide a lot of protection for rocks flying up against the side of the car, and they're painted in carbon flash to match all the other carbon flash pieces on the car. So we got those in the front, and we also have them here in the rear. Again, from ACS Composite, we have here the rear fascia extensions, which just help kind of blend in the XL rock guard in the rear. Obviously, the entire car has been expelled, ceramic coated, and the windows have been tinted a 20% from Blackout Tinting in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Again, I can't say enough good things about them. They have done a fantastic job on both of my Corvettes, and yeah, I mean, you could just look at this thing and tell it is an extremely quality job. Now, if we pop the hood, we'll actually be able to get to see one more pretty awesome mod. This is one I was extremely pleased with, and it is the GM Performance air intake. So we'll come over to the other side of the car here, and you'll be able to see that beautiful Jake logo and the air filter underneath it. Now, why I'm so surprised with this is because I have done a lot of cold air intakes on a lot of different cars, and this is the first one that I've ever done that actually shows a difference. I can actually feel a difference. So I have not had the car dynoed since it was fully stock, but I can tell this thing has improved drivability in a way that I have never experienced before with a cold air intake. And kind of the same thing as the ZR1, you kind of should feel some sort of difference because that thing's not cheap. That was around $500, and unfortunately, you got to pay to play with these kind of things. One of my absolute favorite mods for this car is the black lug nuts. So as you can tell, I actually have the satin graphite wheels on my ZR1, and the black lug nuts really just fit in a way that makes the car look complete. I've talked about these lug nuts a couple different times, but these are literally the only lug nuts I have ever used in my life that don't peel, chip, or rust after a month or two. I've had these on the ZR1 since the day I bought it, so they've been on the ZR1 for about a year and 2 months, and prior to that they were on my Z06 for about 2 years. On the car, off the car, probably 5 to 6 different times, and they still look brand new. Zero rust, zero chipping, zero peeling, and they look freaking fantastic. So like I said, it absolutely finishes off that wheel in a way that basically looks stock. Now, I am sure I'm forgetting some mods here, but I don't want to make this a mod video. I just wanted to talk about some of the things that I think have personally made the car even better than it was from the factory, and I think that's about it. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. So if you liked what you saw, give me a big thumbs up. If you have any questions about the ownership that I've experienced with the C7 ZR1, leave them in the comment section down below, or shoot me an email, horse.power.obsessed@gmail.com, and I'll make sure anything you have gets answered. There are a lot of possibilities with this car. There is a lot of questions that could be answered. I could go on and 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 on answering all the questions, because there are a lot of options for the car. There are a lot of questions about ownership. So if you guys have anything at all, please leave them in the comment section. I will definitely get you an answer. But anyway, guys, if you have not subscribed, please do. I'm going to have loads of C7 and C8 Corvette content coming you are not going to want to miss. And as always, I will catch you in the next upload. Are you guys still here? You're probably wondering what the answer is to the question as to whether or not this is the ultimate Corvette. Well, in my personal experience, yes, it is the ultimate Corvette. I mean, look at that freaking thing. It is absolutely menacing, but it's also a performer. So we kind of get the entire package here with this one. But I'm glad you guys waited till the very end for this because it shows you're really dedicated. But anyway, yeah, short answer is yes, there is a lot of reasons why, but ultimately the car is, in my opinion, the ultimate Corvette. This is the embodiment of Corvette.